Hello everyone, we got a new aircraft. It's called the Green Cree and it's designed to be a copy of the real world aircraft. Um, it's a electric version of the Cree Cree. We tried to recreate that as best as we can here using SL tools. We don't import any aircraft from the 3D modeling houses. We make everything ourselves, including the animations, sounds, 3D modeling, scripting is all done by us. So you're getting a true SL creation here. Okay, what you want to do, of course, is res the aircraft on the ground, and you can go ahead and open the canopy, and you enter the aircraft from that port side. So we're going to go ahead and get in. You do that by just clicking on the fuselage anywhere, and on the pie menu you're going to click on get in, and now we're in the aircraft. And if we want to activate, okay, we've already closed the canopy by typing CC in chat. Now we're going to show you about the charging systems. You can use the HUD which we provide by just attaching that to the screen. You can click on that to activate the fuel system. And when you run close to being out of fuel, then you want to make sure to land somewhere and then go ahead and type in recharge. That's going to use the onboard fuel recharger. But we also have an external one which you can only use on the ground, and you can access that by just typing in CHG. Now that's going to res the charger and connect it to the aircraft. Now we have this set for 5-minute recharge, just so that we don't spend a lot of time on it. Now I'm going to reset it for 15 seconds, and then we're going to type in recharge. Okay, now you notice that the amber light is flashing on the panel, and when that's done, then we're going to get a green light which says that charging is complete, and then we're going to get a red light that says it's ready for charging again. However, we put a timer on here so that it's not left around, and in about 30 seconds it's going to go ahead and delete itself. That way, once the aircraft is charged, you don't have to worry about taking that back into inventory. It'll just go ahead and die. So we can go ahead and start the aircraft here shortly. And it did go ahead and die. Now there is some attachments. If you want to wear them, they're not necessary, but add something to the vehicle. You get those by typing in HUD. And you want to go ahead and keep both of those. One is the attachments, or what we're calling enhancements. We're going to go ahead and wear those. You notice that there's now a rotating beacon, and some antennas and a few things like that. So we've worn that. We want to have the power HUD on, so we'll go ahead and wear that. And that's going to put the power HUD up on the left part of the screen. And it defaults to on, so we'll leave it on. Now we're going to start the aircraft. So, of course, in real life we would scream clear, because we don't want anybody around the aircraft when we start engines. So we're going to type, there's 4 engines, we're going to type S, and then we're going to get a drop down that says advanced or basic, Advanced mode flies more like the real aircraft. Basic, a little bit easier to fly. So it's your choice. You can click on one of the buttons. I always pick advanced. And you'll be able to hear the engine start. And it's just the opposite when you're shutting down. Just type in S. Shuts the engines down. And the props are counter rotating. The other thing you can do too, before you get out, you want to take your attachments off. So you go ahead and click on those and just click detach or do it from your menu. Now you notice I'm wearing a headset and a flight suit. All of those items come with the aircraft. The controls all work. So ailerons, flaps, and rudder, all of those work. And you also, if you're looking in mouse, you should be able to see the stick move. So it'll move left and right and fore and aft for pitch, left and right for rotation. We have a wing leveler. You access that by typing ALVL and ALVL again to turn it off. We also have flight safe, which is FSO and FS off. You want to activate those only when you're in the air. They turn the aircraft phantom and temporary, so you don't want to try to land with those on. Other commands are simple. They're L to put the nav lights on. We'll go ahead and do that for you. A rotating beacon will flash, and the port red light will be on, and the starboard green light will be on, and the white light will be on the tail, which is standard FAA requirement for any aircraft. This is an experimental. In real life, it's not a production airplane. Okay, I guess we're ready to go fly. So we'll go ahead and demonstrate a takeoff and some flight in the air and then a landing. If you have any questions, feel free to contact Bobcat Nelson or myself, Bonko's Milestone in Second Life. If you don't get us right away, then send us a note card and we'll get back to you. Okay, we're starting the engines, getting ready for a takeoff. We want to make sure to have the flaps up. If they're not up, then we want to put them up. And we're at idle now, so we can taxi. About 5% is enough to taxi. Putting the dynamic camera on. And I'm going to go ahead and set myself at the end of the runway. Now we can use a boost for takeoff, but I'm just going to use the throttle, but I will hold the brakes by typing BON. BOFF will take the brakes off. I want to get the throttle up because we're doing a short field here. So I'm going to go to about 50% for takeoff and release the brakes. And I'm going to go ahead and go straight out, make a left turn in the pattern, and try to come back in and land the same way I'm facing. So we have to use some back pressure to get the aircraft in the air, and then we'll start our turn. And I'm going to go ahead and throttle back a little bit. We'll probably circle over the field once, so we can set ourselves up in a regular rectangle pattern. Normally, if you were flying in real life, you take off into the wind, and our first turn would be the left crosswind turn. And then we're going to travel downwind. And I usually will put my flaps down about now. Close to the edge of the trim. I'm going to start my base leg turn and my final, and that's going to kind of stick us through the trees a little bit. And we got a little competition for runway here, but I'll go ahead and throttle back. And we'll do a flare for landing. And that gets us back on the ground, and I'm going to go ahead and taxi back. We'll go ahead and get the aircraft turned around first. Do that just by setting the 0 throttle and getting it turned. We'll go ahead and taxi back at about 5%. All of our sounds are recorded from the real live bird, all original by us. We don't copy sounds from flight sim or any other place. Everything is recorded by us and brought in world. Yeah, put the flaps back up. We're going to go ahead and shut the engines down. Let's go ahead and turn the lights off by typing in L. And just so we don't walk around with our attachments on, we're going to just take those off. It's only a few, but it adds to it. It's like I say, it's optional. Open the canopy, typing CC, and we're just going to go ahead, stand up, and walk away. Now notice the aircraft disappeared. It doesn't do that normally. It's just that we're on a sim that has auto return set. And that's all for a basic flight. We'll get some shots of it in the air for you.